Hello, so this is part 2 of my videos about this clone Aliexpress Super Nintendo. As you can see, I've got a Super Game Boy 2 plugged in there, and this video is going to be about using Super Game Boy in this clone SNES. So there it is. Right, so we'll fire it up. And it works. So let's get a bit of sound. Now I've got the setting on 16:9. The switch on the back of the clone system is currently on 16:9. Now there's a reason for that, which I'll tell you later. Or in fact I'll tell you right now. So it looks stretched at the moment, but the reason I've done this is my TV has a zoom function, and I'll show you something pretty nifty. So I'm going to go into the Super Game Boy menu and turn off borders and come out of the Super Game Boy menu again. Now I'm going to choose zoom, which is a function of my TV. I'm going to move the image up, which I'm doing with my TV remote. I'm going to stretch it down, and there we are. We have the Game Boy filling up the whole screen. Now this is obviously only something I can do because of my TV, but maybe your TV will be able to do something like that. So now let's get back to talking about the performance of the actual Super Game Boy in the clone SNES. Now this is a good way to demonstrate one of the small bad things about this clone SNES. There is slight distortion on the sound. Now I've got no idea if that's coming through on this video or not. I know this game quite well. Now if you listen to that music now there is a little bit of distortion all the time, and the good way to demonstrate this is by using the Super Game Boy in this console, because a certain quality of the Super Game Boy sound, maybe it's the square wave or whatever you want to call it that the Super Game Boy uses, the distortion is very noticeable all the time when using the Super Game Boy. Now I've played some other just normal SNES cartridges on it, and the sound does distort, sometimes as bad as this, other times unnoticeably, and it seems to depend on the game and the style of sound that the SNES game is using. So some games the distortion isn't hearable, and other games it is, but as I said before, when playing Super Game Boy on this clone, the distortion is always noticeable. So that's one thing to kind of keep in mind, really. If you're very picky about sound quality, if you're the kind of person that can't put up with any kind of issue with sound and needs 100% perfect sound, then this system certainly isn't for you. But as I said, the sound when playing SNES games, that's probably about 50% of the time the distortion is noticeable, and the rest of the time it isn't, and again that depends on the game. So in terms of performance of the Super Game Boy on this console, I would say it's perfect, really. Just as good as on a real Super Nintendo. Now you can see the image is slightly soft. I don't think it's too soft, and also the softness is increased by the fact that I've got my TV in zoom mode. But this console has 720p output, as far as I know, and it is slightly soft. It's not perfect digital clarity, and that's obviously got something to do with the scaler that the console's using, but it's only very slightly so, and I'll show that more when I do another review of this machine with SNES games. But at the moment, this is the kind of performance I'm getting from the Super Game Boy, and I've tested it with about 8 games or so, and it works with all of them, including enhanced colour Super Game Boy games. So there's no issue whatsoever using this clone console with the Super Game Boy. If we go back to non-zoom, you'll be able to see the image is a bit sharper. Not hugely so, but you can see it's a little bit sharper because I'm not using the TV's inbuilt zoom. So that is about it, really. So this is the Aliexpress clone SNES, and I'm going to do a part 3. This is part 2. I've done a part 1 already. I'll put a link in the description to part 1. This has been part 2, using the Super Game Boy in the clone SNES, and part 3 will be coming very soon. I might do 3 or 4 or 5 different parts about the system and a kind of conclusion. But anyway, thank you very much. Till next time.